Hey Al, I thought I would do a really quick video for you to add a little bit to our conversation this morning because a few questions have come out around beliefs, and fair enough, I condensed a 2-hour lecture probably on beliefs into a 20-minute time span, so of course you have some questions. So let me just say, beliefs again, just a little bit of a review of what we talked about this morning. Beliefs are, they're merely opinions. They're opinions about about anything, and they're just an opinion you've held for a very long time, so it can feel like reality. It can feel like your truth. And frankly, it is your present consciousness truth. And really, what we're talking about is how do we get beyond that present consciousness and move into a new consciousness that sees a little bit more for possibilities for yourself. One of the questions this morning that came up was, how do I know when I'm up against a limiting belief? And there are a couple different things you can look for. One is anytime you think anything less than miracles can happen. And I know that sounds funny, maybe a little trite, but it's true. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I mean, you might not grow a third arm, but within living within the laws of physical reality, anything is possible. So if any part of you goes, nah, that won't happen, I actually joke that a limiting belief is in you when you start a sentence with yeah, but. Oh, I'd love to do that. Yeah, but I don't have the time. Yeah, but I don't have the support. Yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but. That's a belief. Okay, and it's a limiting belief. It's keeping you from moving toward what is really possible for you. And we all think way too small. No matter what your why is, I don't care how big it is, it's 50% of what you really need. And then beyond that, once you get to that place, that's 50% short of what you really need and deserve. So we always think too small. So that's where you can feel beliefs. You can also feel beliefs anytime you have what I call a shields up moment. And that's what we joked about when I did yoga teacher training. And shields up refers back to Star Trek when they would say shields up, to put their shields around the ship to protect them. But really, it's this feeling of hardness inside of you. When someone says something, you can feel this physical tension, and it's hard to release. But what's interesting is when you know that as a limiting belief that's come up, you can begin to identify it. And in fact, in the training, you could see it. People would start to be resistant to what you were saying. And we would say shields up in sort of a joking way, but it helped people relax and say, okay, yeah, you're right. This is a shields up moment, and my shields are still up. Give me a minute. And as you sit with it, you can start to let the shields go down. And my recommendation is start saying, what if? So when your shields go up, you're up against a limiting belief, right? Whatever that is. When Pam says, create the time to do this, and your shields go up, nope, not possible. I think Rebecca commented on the Facebook page about this, and it was such a brilliant comment. She realized all of her resistance came up. Well, it's not really possible for me. I can't do it. And you might not be able to say, yes, I can create the time yet. That might feel really disingenuous, just doesn't fit yet. But could you say, what if? What if I could create the time in my already busy life? What if I could do that? What if I could create the time to do this business? What if I could lose the weight easily and effortlessly? What if I could hit silver in 6 without wearing myself ragged? What if? What if? And as you begin to explore that what if, it starts to shift your mindset. And it just begins to, it kind of softens, it gives you like a pathway, a different pathway to go in. Because what happens in our mind is when you have a thought that is a trigger for you, whatever that might be, you go down a well-worn pathway to the same place every time when it's a trigger, when it's a thought that you have that sets off triggers, whatever it might be. And what we do with what if is it begins to break that pathway and create a new pathway with a new thought or a new belief. And sometimes it takes a lot of what ifing, a lot of breaking the old pattern in order to create a new pattern, but that's okay. And to realize that, it's just going to take me a while and I'm hanging in there. Another question that I received was, what if you don't know what your beliefs are? I don't necessarily think you need to figure out your beliefs. I do think sometimes it is necessary to excavate it, and quite frankly, there are times when therapy is necessary just to help yourself when you're really stuck and you need to work with someone who's trained to help you shift your mind, because that's what therapy is, right? It really helps shift your mindset and the way you think. But most of the time I find that once people figure out what they really want and start working toward it, and release a lot of the other the littler limitations and are building personal strength, which we'll talk about tomorrow, the beliefs just tend to fall away on their own. It doesn't have to be a conscious effort necessarily. Having said that, beliefs have different root systems, if you will. Some are really deep, and some are really, really shallow. So you might have a belief in you that was placed there by someone that you don't really believe in a whole lot. So whatever they said may not affect you very much. And when you see it, when you feel it come up, you're like, oh, I don't really believe that. And you can just let it go. It's done. It's like a blade of grass, right? With a really shallow root, you just pluck and it's gone. But other beliefs could have been there for a really long time, even lifetimes if you believe in that. Or it was a message you heard over and over and over again as you were little. And I say that it's like an oak tree. And what I've heard is oak trees grow down through the root system as far as they've grown up. So it's really deep, and it might take a lot of excavating for that to come out. So for those beliefs, yeah, you might have to identify them. I do find, I had a lot of beliefs around money. I still do. I'm still excavating those. And it's been like an onion where I peel one layer off, and then the next layer, and then the next layer, and then the next layer. I realize one of my beliefs I'll share was my college boyfriend, the person I was dating when I was in college, whom I thought I would marry. And I had decided I was going to go into fitness and wellness my senior year in college. And he said, I will always make more money than you do. And that was in my mind for a long time. And it was one of the layers as I started working on money. I was like, where did I get these messages? Where did I feel like I didn't deserve to earn more? And that message came up. It popped up in my head. And just looking at it, I thought, well, I don't really agree with that. And it was gone. Just being able to see it and feel it allowed me to let it go. So as you begin to explore, it's kind of interesting to start seeing where are you not doing what you really want in your life. Do you have a great marriage? Do you have a great financial situation? Do you have are you in great physical health? Any of the places that are less than perfect, really, there are beliefs there. Because if you believe you deserve something, if you really believe it, you'll have it. You will do whatever it takes in order to create that for your life. So you can start to excavate some of these beliefs merely by looking at your life and going, okay, my relationship is really horrible. I do not want a marriage like this. I don't want to feel this way. Explore it. Where did you get your messages about marriage? Where did you get messages about your relationships, your intimate relationships? Money, same thing. Where did you get your messages? That's what I've been looking at and excavating. Where did I get these messages? What was I told when I was young? What was I told along the way? And how did I feel about all of those things as I was growing up? And changing it. It's when I hear my yeah, but come up, yeah, but I don't have enough money. Ooh, stop and change it. What if I did have enough money? And then when I'm more comfortable, say when I have enough money. I am getting enough money. And beginning to shift your language is incredibly powerful. Okay, I thought there was one other question that came up around beliefs. So we talked about what if you don't know your beliefs? What does it feel like when your beliefs come up? Yeah, I think we're good. I have to say, excuse me, the question came up today about what I say. What do I say to people? And I really do believe once you start believing in the business and believing in yourself, because those are the number 2 underlying reasons you're going to get any objections. People don't believe in themselves. People don't believe in the business. So start with yourself. When you believe in yourself and you believe in the business, what you say is going to come out. It's going to come naturally. Now, I definitely I think the GoPro book is fabulous. We'll be talking about a few things on Monday and Tuesday, how to handle objections, great statements to have in your back pocket to turn to whenever it is you want to say something to someone. But for the most part, it really is about being confident and being excited and believing in yourself and believing in the business. All right, y'all. I hope this helps around the belief thing. Feel free to continue posting questions. I'm happy to answer them as we go along. I am at your beck and call for this week especially. All right, thanks for joining me. May this help. Well, may this excite you to ignite your Young Living business. I can't stop it.